Roger.
Okay, we're live. 30 minutes with John Sukahorn. 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Jono, how you been going? You okay?
Good, my mate. Good, just taking it easy. Did a little bit of shopping today. Did a little bit of
Yes.
shopping and you get masks now. Actually found a shop where you can get some masks.
Oh, is that right? Would you need one?
Or I'll wear one when I go out. But what do you have? 50 masks for $60, which is
That's
quite
okay, isn't
reasonable.
it?
Yeah, I thought that was quite reasonable. Quite
Yeah.
reasonable.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it, Jono.
How you been putting it in, my mate?
Look, Jono, I've been a bit down.
What's wrong? What's that?
Money's down. Everything is just, it's just not going so great, John.
Yeah.
It's not going so great, okay?
Not good to hear. How the rest of the family?
It's
how's everyone else coping around you?
they seem to be okay, but I mean the problem is, Jono, is this is a disaster. This is a pandemic, and I got to tell you, John, nobody realizes how serious this disaster is here. They're talking about tracking you. They're going to be tracking you so that we can get out of this thing sooner. So if you've been in, it just warns you that you've been close to someone who's infected.
Yeah, well,
Now, I got to tell you, John, could you imagine if you're having a slight indiscretion? Fuck me dead. That'd be embarrassing. That'd be embarrassing to explain that, wouldn't it?
Well, I've heard that they want to start tracking people through your mobile phone, but are you going to sign up for the app?
Well, I mean, this is the thing. You do anything wrong, can they fine you through it? Like, if you go to a park that's a bit further away than you're supposed to. What do you think?
Well, I saw some bloke recently on the ABC just tonight, about an hour ago, and he was saying, "Oh no, we're just using this for the tracking the coronavirus, yeah, at the moment." But
they always start off. It's a bit. Look, I'd like to. These limitations is starting to give me the shits. But I mean, I don't know what the answer is, Jono. It's very savage indeed.
Buckley's Mario Luigi. Buckley's, mate. No chance.
What's that?
Next.
What were they asking?
You can see the comment.
No, that's John's department. I honestly, it's up to John. Whatever John says. I mean, I'm not going to burn my friendship with John for fucking Bursa. That's for sure. Why would I do that? Why would I do that, John?
No, of course you wouldn't.
Unless they, even they send me a couple $100, I wouldn't go against it.
There's an old bloke I haven't seen for a while. Zeddington's just appeared. Yeah, Zeddington. I haven't seen him for a while.
Who's that?
No follower of yours. A bloke called Zeddington.
Vennington.
Yeah.
Okay. So, tell me, John, what do you think? What's going on? Tell me the goss. What's the goss with you? Give me some goss.
I heard this, what you're talking about, this app, but as soon as I heard about it, I thought, well, I won't be volunteering. I won't be signing up for the app.
Well, that's exactly it. This is exactly it, John.
And why would you want to do that?
No, you're limiting your rights there. Did you get the link? I sent you a link to a fantastic Thai news channel, Thai Tiger.
Yes.
What do you think of that? Is it good or is it shit? I like his voice. He's got a really soothing voice.
As far as the news site's concerned, just in the written word, I find Bangkok Jack to be one of the best reporters on the Thailand news.
Okay. You don't like that guy, Thai Tiger?
I don't mind him.
I really like him. I think he's doing a great job.
Yes. Oh, there's plenty out there. There's plenty out there trying to, contribute. But there's not many that are professional, news reporting channel or paper. There's a couple out there, in my opinion. But as I said, I find Bangkok Jack. He's sort of he's not the same as the Stickman. Far from what the Stickman.
Did you like the Stickman or not?
Oh, he's a great source of information.
He was a Kiwi. I met him, Jono.
He's a great source of information, he was.
Yeah, he went a bit soft, but he got married, and I think he became a fucking Christian, and...
Oh, God. Mm.
And he didn't want to do the bar reviews anymore, and he
Yes.
They like to gentrify things. He's made his money out of the ladies, and he wants to move away, So that always happens, Jono.
Yeah.
In Queensland, $1.3 million in fines.
What, from this coronavirus thing where, people have been apparently doing the wrong thing and they've got a pinch?
Yep.
Yeah, well.
Yep. It's...
there's an absolute class act just joined the screen, mate.
Who's that?
One of the most class
M3AU.
Yes. Now... G'day, M3AU. Thank you for everything you're doing at the moment, mate. You deserve a medal.
Now that's somebody who I would listen to. That I got to tell you, that is somebody who I would listen to very, very strongly. Hello, M3. I haven't spoken to him in ages. My 2 Bart as well. Hello. I got to be honest with you. That's somebody who I would honestly listen to immensely. M3AU, lovely guy.
We actually went to the same school, that gentleman and I.
Yep.
We both still have a love for that school. We owe it so much.
Yeah, I can't say the same for Oxley State High. They've kind of banned me a bit there, and they didn't like my sense of humour, and it's always hard going back, John.
I went back to a speech night a few years back, for 40 years, that I've been to the school, and this thing from 40 years on. I went back, but there he is. M3AU's just mentioned the school motto: "Honour the work." Indeed. You get up now, I can still remember the school song. I'm sure he would too. It was a wonderful school we went to. In good times, they were. Yes. I remember going into a first year at Melbourne High School. It was year 9, commenced in year 9. And the teacher, walked into the room and stopped halfway through the room and threw his clipboard, and it, bounced and stopped right on top of his, the desk in the corner of the room. And he said, gentlemen, 98.5% of the people in this room will either be admitted to law or medicine at Melbourne or Monash University. And I turned around to the mate and said, "What's university?" I didn't even know what university was when I was a 13-year-old. I had no idea. Anyway, sure as life, it was true. Sure as life is true. It did happen. We're either admitted to law or medicine.
Yankee Doodle, $5. How do you like a Patek as an everyday watch? Is it too elegant? I gotta tell you, I've been wearing a few watches. Yes, I've been wearing my 5196 today. Look, as long as you're careful, put it on for a little bit. If you're gonna get sweaty, take it off. That's the way it works there. You're gonna get sweaty, take it off.
He's a funny bloke, M3AU. Very dry wit he has. Very dry wit, I think we had to sing that one year, having a gill at the speech night.
And here we go, Man Against the Machine, $5. A fistful of respectos, nice one, Arch, nice one, thank you. I gotta tell you, John, I'm getting really fucking cheesed off with this whole fucking rental house thing here, and I really feel sorry for some of the landlords, because they're making the landlords out to be villains. This is the problem with your Labour governments there. Anyone who owns property is automatically bourgeoisie, middle class, out to be raped, anally raped. And the reality is most people who own an investment property, they're mums and dads investors putting money away for their retirement. So I know someone now, they're getting double dole. They got a job packing shelves at Coles, double dole, $7.50 helper, and they've gone to the landlord and said, can I have a reduction in rent because of coronavirus?
It's not a reduction. It should be a moratorium. You know, like, or if you can't pay your rent now, well, all right, don't pay it this month, but you know, when you get back on your feet, you know, pay for the rent you owe then. That would be more than fair, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, Jono, of course. The problem is these bludgers, there's a lot of bludgers out there who are exploiting the vulnerability of our society. This is the whole thing. And I got to tell you, John, it's
discipline anymore. No discipline. M3OU just made a comment there, you know, that he remembers the song called Gaudium or Sequentur, which is a song we had to learn in Latin. And I think we sang it every year at speech night. We'd have to sing that song.
Hell.
Well, I'll tell you what, now after almost 45 years, I still remember the words for that, you know, song in Latin. Now what we used to sing, Gaudium Sequentur, Juvenestum Sumus. That right? Yeah, that's how it used to go. Yeah,
wow.
I remember it.
That's
But we existed in two ways. We either had respect for the teachers, you know, or fear of repercussions if you didn't. And that's what's, you know, severely lacking in society nowadays, you know. Kids have no fear. Kids have no respect for
it's a hard thing, John, because you look at the Catholics, they were mean sons of bitches, and I don't know if that was the answer either. Belting the shit out of kids and sexually molesting them isn't necessarily the answer. Shoving your dick up their ass, that's not really...
No, but
that's not really...
Sometimes six are the best across the hands, you know, with the strap.
I tell you, you're going to hear a Catholic story. My dad went to Catholic school, and there was one kid there who lost a hand from a mine accident. He was playing with a mine and it blew his hand off. So instead of 6 of the best on each hand, they gave him 12 on one hand.
Oh, ouch.
Fucking nasty fucking bitches. The nuns, nasty fucking bitches. Nasty fucking cruel, vicious bitches. Okay, Tommy D, $10. Are either of you fans of Christopher Fry, Christopher Hitchens, and have you seen the debate they called In the Catholic Church, a Force for Good in the World? I know Jono would like it. Actually, I'm a huge Stephen Fry fan. I love him. He's a Jewish gay Englishman. He's very intellectual.
I noticed that the other day, you know, like with qualification, people put Jewish first. What's Jewish got to do with it? It's only a religion. Well, how does that qualify for?
I don't think they mean it in a bad way. Just, people get too sensitive. I tell you, one of my good Jewish friends in America, he said to me, I don't like that Sukahorn. I think he's anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
That's what he said to me. He said to me, that Sukahorn, I think he's anti-Semitic. Yeah. I said, his father's a 4B2.
I'm far from anti-Semitic, far from it.
That's what he said to me. See, people can get the wrong idea. Here we go, Andrew, $2. Would tickle Deb Flickinkins' little freckle. I don't mind her, actually. Actually, I got a. Someone sent me a photo of that Nancy Pelosi, right?
Yes.
She's actually pretty cool underneath.
Oh, I think she's a bit crook on Donald, isn't she?
Yeah. But I mean, hey, someone sent me a nude photo of her. She is. I'd give that a squirt. Oh. Plastering Force, $3. Morning from Wales, gents. There we go. We're making it. Jono, tell me what's happening in
Gaza.
Thailand. They're starving in Thailand. It is very, very serious now.
That last donation, that was from Plastering Force Gaza. He's another top gentleman. We've got some class acts in here tonight. We've got M3AU, Plastering Force. There's another mate from England who asked after the DF, asked how he was. But I heard that the ambassador to Australia in Bangkok, he has advertised that people are wanting to come back to Australia. There will be a facility later on in the month for Aussies to come back. So I'm not sure if he's going to, he's going to take that. I think he's just going to, wait it all out. But we've got some good to see M3AU on in Gaza. And the other mate there, I won't give him up, but he's another top bloke. Longfinger, he's another top man. We've got a lot of time for him.
They're thinking of making it harder in Queensland now. They're going to make it tougher in Queensland because another 6 cases overnight were found. Queensland faces another month in lockdown and the chance of tougher restrictions at the border with Premier. It's Anastasia Palachuk. She's Polish. She's not French. She's Polish. It's Palachuk. My old man went to school with her father, Henry Palachuk, declaring the state would go it alone when deciding how and when restrictions are lifted. Yeah, she doesn't want to listen to someone else. No, she's a typical Labour bitch. Very, very nasty there.
We're talking about taking
Actually, I tell you who I don't mind. I don't mind that Gladys. I reckon she's pretty attractive. She looks good.
Well, Gladys Berejiklian?
Yeah, I think she's got nice eyes.
Well, which way do you turn your head to go and kiss her? She's got a beak on her.
Absolute bore, $2. Christy Canyon. I don't know who Christy Canyon is, but okay. Is M3 a nurse or an orderly? Something like that.
He's just a cleaner. He's just a cleaner. I'm not telling you what he does. He's just a cleaner. When he works in a nursing home as a cleaner. He only works part-time.
So, Jono, talk to me. America has gone crazy. They got 600,000 reported cases. 600.
Oh, yeah.
They've had 33,000 deaths, John. That is fucking horrendous. Spain has had 19,000 deaths. Italy had 22,000 deaths. France has had 17,000 deaths. Germany has had 4,000. It is fucking terrible, John. John, it is absolutely... And what do you think of the Donald giving the WHO a bit of a run for their money? They got to know where their money is coming from.
My two Bart reckons you need a new set of glasses. If you reckon Gladys Berejiklian's attractive. My God, really? You couldn't get that drunk, could you?
NV Scotsman, $3. She's got a nice smile. Scream anything you like. Make it loud and proud. Boner! Boner, there we go there. I gotta tell you, Jono, tell me what's happening in Thailand. Any goss? Tell me what you're hearing.
Well, they sort of seem to be following Donald's policy. They're considering taking their foot off the brake, aren't they? And I think at the end of May. Oh, well, one thing, you can't get a drink in Thailand now. They've banned alcohol sales.
It's terrible. And easing maybe. Government will decide next week if they're going to ease.
Don't bank on it. I don't think, isn't it better to err on the side of caution at this stage? We've done very well so far in Oz. Apart from the disaster of the Ruby Princess. Apart from that disaster, but otherwise. We seem to have done, very well, compared to some countries, But luckily in Victoria we jumped on it, pretty early, and but as far as
I got to tell you,
it won't be until the end of the month. It won't be until at least the end of this month they won't even be considering, taking the foot off anything. According to the Assistant Chief Medical Officer today, he said it will be like this for another 4 weeks, and then will review the situation. Well, good. It's not affecting me that much, but it's certainly affecting others, but I'm just doing as I'm told. Stay at home.
Yes, yes. The biggest disaster is in Thailand. There, Bangkok Post. People in small business don't seem to be able to get the 5,000 baht cash handout, and
No,
very.
Well, they've government said that they haven't got the cash to do it. It's only going to last a month, and only 7% of people who have applied for it, will get it. But apparently, a whole lot of people.
Those running small business, small shops, no employees or market store have been told by bank staff to tick the entrepreneur box instead. This is just a disaster. John, this is going to lead to riots. There will be huge trouble. 5,000 baht, it's not a lot of money, but if you've got it, if you don't have it, it's a fortune, John.
Well, there's been a run on the gold shops, everyone wanting to sell their gold. Gold's at an 8-year high or something, so everyone's trying to, cash in at the moment. But the gold shops are running out of cash. Some are only opened every second day now, is going to be the proposal. Only open up every second day. But there's a lot of gold in Thailand floating around amongst the general public compared to what there is in Australia. So,
Tommy, would you prefer to be in Thailand or would you prefer to be in Australia at the moment?
No contest, mate. At least here in Australia, if you get sick, the medical officers and nurses and doctors and hospitals, they were gearing up for this, weeks and weeks and weeks ago. With the idea of that they were looking for the worst. They were gearing up, and I believe there's over 7,000 beds, I think, in Australia, which can take critical emergencies and put people on ventilators, people on ventilators. But at the end of the day, like anyone who's involved in the medical industry, and have been on the front line, they should be given some sort of, not only, public recognition, but, formal recognition. Like these people are human too. They've all got families, yet they're putting their own lives at risk. Many of which haven't got, the PPE. But they're going off to work, to save other people's lives. Other people.
Yankee Doodle, $2. When did you last put an S on the calendar? Yep, it's been a little while, guys. It's getting. Mother Hubbard's cupboard is a bit bare.
Yeah, well, I hope we get some special award should be given to medical officers. What they've done to protect Australians, and save Australians. I don't know what you can do, money or free public transport or or some sort of public recognition that they've done a magnificent job, and hats off to them. Hats off to them.
Instead of giving them money, can we give them prestige? People seem to like prestige, John. Can we put something after their name? Can we put something up? MO, medical officer.
Can't eat prestige. Give them something probably, like a, free tickets to the grand final or something, or some sort of public recognition will be warranted down the track.
Yes.
Or free parking or something, or whatever. I don't know what we could do, but they certainly need to be, publicly recognised.
You were saying about why is China so bad at cricket? Because they ate all the bats. They've opened that wet market up, They've opened the wet market up. And NV Scotsman, $3 added. What's he added there? Thoughts now, you like shitters. Oh, that's the Seiko. Yes, thank you. Andrew, $2. Google Chinese free squeaks delicacy, yes or no? And put Sovron on. Dovlo, put Sovron on. Yeah, he's pretty cool. We had a lot of fun.
Download's one of your very dear followers, mate. Nice man.
He is.
Very nice man.
Is. Yeah, so...
Oh, look at that. Look, we've been allowed into Coles earlier than most in the morning. That's big of them, isn't it? No, if you're an emergency worker, like you're a frontline worker, you can get into Coles in the morning.
He eats a live mouse in 3 squeaks dish. Oh, fuck. Why would you... I don't understand why you would do that.
I tell you what, we say they do take the foot off the brake, and countries like Thailand and Australia, like are Thailand going to open up their borders straight away and say, all right, we're right for tourism again? I think that'd be very very foolish, actually. I would rather be a bit cautious and hope that the disease was eradicated in Australia, before they opened up the our shores to Chinese tourism again.
Well, this is the problem, John. It's a very... If you prematurely open the gates and then you do a half-assed attempt, it could be very catastrophic. Tell me, John, what's your view on Virgin? Should we save Virgin or let that fucker go to the dogs? What do you think, Jono?
Have you seen what the financial interests in Virgin are? Who owns Virgin?
Well, they're all overseas, John.
Yes, well, it's a couple of major Chinese companies that have an interest in Virgin, isn't it? Who was the bloke who initially kicked it off?
That was Richard Branson,
Yeah,
the British entrepreneur. He quickly fucked off with his big check of profit.
I think he only has an 11% holding in the company now, I think.
Oh, I think it's less than that, John.
Maybe.
He's a real fucker and a half, you know this.
Oh, he's got his own little island he's got somewhere. I don't know where that is.
Necker.
No.
Necker.
Yeah.
What's your view? I don't think governments can bail out businesses that aren't really doing that well. They're blaming it on Corona. Virgin was losing $100 million in the 6 months before coronavirus. I think let the fucker sink. You can't have government bailing out businesses.
The thing is, if competition, like at least Virgin is competition in Australia, for Qantas. Without competition, we've got an oligopoly, haven't we?
Yeah.
Or we've got a monopoly.
Sorry, monopoly. Yeah.
So so we've got a situation where Qantas would say, well, okay, we've lost so much money, we'll put up our fares, to recoup our losses, and domestic travel, will become a lot more expensive if there's no competition. Qantas
definitely. Definitely. Is that a good thing? I think that's. But we can't be expected to bail out businesses that are not profitable, John.
Well, what do you want to do? You want to, instead of paying a couple $100, to fly down to Melbourne, how would it, be if you had to pay $500 to come down to Melbourne?
Yeah, it used to be like that, John. Yep.
You wouldn't want to be doing that too often, would you?
It used to be like that, Jono.
Yes, and it's only since the competition, with Virgin and other, minor airlines. Well, they didn't pull out Ansett, did they? I didn't pull out Ansett Airlines, saying that was going to walk years ago.
And that was, who fucking drained that fucker was that Sir Peter Abel. Remember him?
Yeah, I remember the name.
He fucking... News Corp used to own a big chunk of Ansett, and basically they just treated it like a cash cow. The planes got old, and they fucked it off. That's it. Airlines are very expensive. But TAA, remember the days TAA?
Trans Australian Airways, yes. Oh, TAA. Oh, jeepers, you know. But bringing back, so what's this, memory lane tonight, is it? It's like memory lane. Going back with school days. Very good.
And they had Australian Airlines. I remember East West. You know, I took a Fokker Friendship to Sydney. It took 6.5 fucking hours.
Speaking of airlines and air travel, I spoke to our little mate the other day. Marky rang me up. He's flying at the moment. He sounded great on the phone the other day. Lovely speaking to him. Had a very nice conversation.
Since he's off the gas, he's sounding really good.
Yes. He's got a couple of jobs at the moment. He's working 2 jobs and he's pulling in the fun tickets. So things look very positive for him. Good on him. It was it was most enjoyable conversation. Lovely speaking to him yesterday.
Yeah, no, he's I wish him well, actually.
He starts at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, works to 6 a.m. in the morning. So he's putting in some decent hours.
Yeah.
He told me a couple of funny stories to laugh the head off it.
No, he's got some. I really hope he does. I'm paying those bills for him, you know.
Yeah.
He'll be okay. He'll be okay, Mark. He'll be okay.
Yes, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. But if we can just be a little bit patient for another month, like we should be lucky enough in this country to put an end to this coronavirus as far as the spread's concerned. It's how long have we been doing this now?
31 minutes.
No, not the show. The coronavirus so-called shutdown in Australia.
Well, it sort of started in end of March, didn't it? You know.
End of February, man.
I think it was.
Oh, sorry, end of March. Yeah, yes, sorry. End of March.
Yeah.
So about 5, almost 6 weeks. If we can hold out another 4 weeks, we'll be right. But looks like Donald's going to let his foot off the brake. Looks like Donald's going to, wants to set them all free again in the States.
The economy is fucking. It's very, very hard, John. Very, very hard. I got a lot of time for Donald Trump.
Oh, he's playing his politics very smart at the moment, isn't he?
And I don't think China will ever be accepted back by everyone so readily, you know. They fucked this up.
They never have been, have they? There's always been this deep-seated resentment towards the Chinese, even through our history in Australia. Going back to the gold rush, there was a deep-seated resentment against the Chinese. Back in the 1850s.
Yes, that's correct. Jono, let's wrap this baby up. 33 minutes now. It's been a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, Arch. Thank you.
I think it's better we keep it sweet, short and sweet. We'll do another one. You know what I mean? I think if it goes too long, it just becomes a bit annoying. You got a young family. I got kids to put away.
Oh, Jono, a bit of eye candy tonight. I'm going to watch a bit of a live stream on TMW Live. He's a mate of mine. He's got a live stream on tonight. He'll have a bit of eye candy on, so I'll have a bit of a perv at that.
Beautiful,
that'll be a
John.
bit of fun if you want to get onto that, fellas.
Okay, Jono. See you tomorrow. Got a live show in the morning. Morning, Jono.
Thanks, Arch.